Hey, this is Brian Barella from Campus Crusade for Christ, and I wanted to do a quick video blog about the ministry funnel. And I created this ministry funnel to help leaders diagnose the current state of their movement and to be able to make strategic and future-oriented decisions about where to take it. I noticed that oftentimes it's easy to either figure out where you are or figure out where you need to be, but really challenging to bridge the present and the future. So the ministry funnel was meant to bridge that gap. And so just a quick breakdown of it. There's 5 categories, starting with the masses, laborers, emerging leaders, leaders, and a core team. And so it goes from 0% aligned and 0% involved basically to 100% aligned. And so as you work your way obviously down the funnel, you become more aligned towards the mission, vision, and values of the ministry. And eventually, as you kind of exit the funnel, you become a lifelong missional leader. And the context obviously determines what that looks like, but the basics are there. And so in between each of these categories, there's a strip, or what I call a friction point, where in order for a person to grow and develop spiritually, but also within your ministry, they need to take some sort of action that requires energy. And so for someone from the masses who is very limited in their involvement, they're going to need to explore your ministry, and that takes a lot of effort for someone that's new, right? And then once they become laborers, the next friction point will be to actually learn about the whys of why your ministry does the things they do, what they believe, those sorts of things. And so that's, again, more of an intellectual thing, but a lot of energy exerted to get there. And once laborers learn and get what is going on behind the scenes, they become emerging leaders, right, with not only the intellectual knowledge, but hopefully the capacity to lead at some point. And to grow in their capacity to lead, they're going to need to serve in some capacity, right, to be involved in a way that gives them an opportunity to participate, to lead at some level, but not to necessarily have all the ownership and responsibility of a full leader. And that brings the next category for leaders. Really the bottom line goal for leaders is to multiply not only their heart, their vision, their attitudes, but their skills in various roles and responsibilities. And so finally the last stage of the funnel is a core, and it can be composed of full-time, part-time students, whatever ministry you're in. And the goal or the friction point for a core team member is to empower. And so it's different from multiply, because they really need to not only just share what and pass on what they've learned and what they've developed in, but they also need to be strategic and empowering leaders to grow in their giftings. And that's a shift, at least from what I've seen. And so I've seen students walk through, at least in campus ministry with Campus Crusade for Christ, walk through these 5 phases and become lifelong missional leaders. And what I notice is as they go through these friction points, if a student or a person in your ministry managed to go through these things well, they really are changed forever. It doesn't matter if they stay in your ministry or not. They are going to be a missional leader for the rest of their life. And so it's really exciting from what I've seen, and hopefully as the funnel develops, it's already gotten great feedback from people that have been reading it on the blog. And so hopefully, again, it will continue to grow and develop and be a functional working document that'll be really helpful for you leading a ministry.